Merry Christmas, criminals. Welcome back to Batman Arkham Origins.
Dispatch, Delta 4-4. Can you raise Delta 8-2?
Stand by 4-4. Delta 8-2. Delta 8-2, come in. Delta 8-2, come in. Delta 8-2, report. Delta 4-4, no response from 8-2. Please proceed inside to confirm 8-2 status.
10-4, dispatch.
Presumably, Delta 8-2 is, well, either that policeman with the shield or the two guys that we knocked out before and going in the apartment. So, well, at least Gotham Police Department's keeping tabs on its guys, right? This episode's pretty much going to be entirely focused around Anarky, and I'm going to go ahead and finish up his most wanted dealie while I'm around.
You're drawn to me. Go on, admit it. Like little moths to the light. Flit on over. You want to know what I'm selling? And if you don't, too bad. You can't shut me off any more than you can the billboards, or the branding on your clothes, or the flyers that litter the streets, or the sound bites that clog the air. I'm in your face. I'm in your head. Just like them. But I'm the menace? Here I am trying to educate. But you don't want to hear it. You just want to buy it. But only if everyone else does too. You're drawn to me. Go on, admit it. Like little moths.
We gotta shut him down to shut him up. Otherwise, we'll never be free.
You want to know what I'm selling? And if you don't,
Well, here we go.
you can't shut me
So this time around, we actually do have to go all the way over the bridge, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, it's cool. Anytime you see the marker sort of pointing towards the middle of the bridge like that, it means you have to go over the bridge. You don't have to exactly hit the marker for it to continue, which is nice. But, that's... What am I looking for? Oh yeah, that's the next thing I gotta do. I thought there was one here for going over the bridge, but this is where I found out that I was mistaken. So, hey, that's cool. I think this is about the time I realized it was an achievement. So, anyway. You do get to go over the bridge, which, if you haven't gotten the 250 by now, well, this is a perfect time to do it. But, let's talk a little bit about Anarky. Anarky himself, kind of a B-lister. As a villain, he started out as a, he was a child who was very intelligent and, didn't pay much attention. And then, he got himself a pen pal, and then found out that there was a lot of, his pen pal was from a, what's the term, third world country? I think that's it. Yeah, I found out there was a lot of, political repression and poverty hereabouts. So, that's unfortunate. And then, he writes one more letter that says, well, my father, and he's been out of contact for a while. Well, my mom and dad, father's been arrested, my mom's ill, and there's a lot of bad things here. So, very quickly, Anarky starts, searching into politics and things like that, and he starts going, pretty radical sympathies. He's not exactly a communist or a leftist, but, well, if you're going to describe him as anything, that would be pretty close to it. He firms up, he tries to get on the side of justice, but his methodology is a little too nasty to do that. Even so, Anarky's somebody who hasn't shown up too much, and seeing him included here, it's a bit like seeing the Mad Hatter included in Arkham City. It's pretty interesting to see, somebody you don't normally associate with, a huge threat. Of course, easy enough to take everybody out here, and then take out the bomb with, I think that's more than half the time to spare. I think we started out at, 3 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Not bad. So while I'm in this area, gonna go ahead and grab an upgrade. I think I got all of the Predator upgrades I want to get for now. Nothing really more until I get more stuff unlocked. So instead, I'm going to start working towards my ballistic armor upgrades, which, meh. They're not that useful, but you gotta do it. So instead, I am going to go ahead and take care of the intermediate augmented reality drills. I think I'm checking here to see if there's anything I can do for the worst nightmare challenge track, but nothing I can do just yet, but I will get there soon. And meanwhile, while I'm heading down, I see, oh, the advanced augmented reality glide drills right here. I might as well do it, right? So, pretty neato is, this one actually has multiple levels of the AR drills. The first one is the basic glide. It's sort of the equivalent of what got you the grapnel accelerator in Arkham City. The second set is actually only 2 of them, and they're really not hard. I think it's just a little bit of tricky dive bombing and pulling back up, but that's not such a big deal. Yeah, you see, nothing too big, nothing that even requires the grapnel boost, just, you know, whatever, easy. There is one more, and that one is a bit farther away, but I'm going to go ahead and take care of it because the next, well, the very next Anarky thing we'll be doing, actually, it's really easy to do the next Dark Knight challenge with once you unlock a few more things. But yeah, so Anarky is more of a he's a smart guy. I think he's a skilled computer hacker. He's got his own little onboard device, sort of like Siri, but has its own personality, things like that. Sort of artificial intelligence. Not, you know, he's pretty big into this, pretty big into political activism, computer hacking, stealing money from Western corporations, things like that. And, he's actually a pretty good hand-to-hand fighter. You know, he fought Batman when he was still just a, well, teenager. And, he's, you know, his knowledge leads him to know a lot of martial arts things. He just, doesn't exactly get along with Batman because, well, Batman's a tool of the imperialist society, right? Something like that. Anarky, as he's depicted in this game, not entirely inaccurate from what I know of him. So he's obviously very politically motivated. He wants to destroy the system, but you know, he's got his own methodology of doing that. Because obviously the system is broken and will never work from the inside, which well, seems about accurate. So with those glide drills completed, we have now unlocked the shockwave attack, which is when you do your dive bomb and you land on the ground, you're able to send out a shockwave depending on how far down you've gone. It affects the amount of blast radius from it. So just to go ahead and get that done with, I'm going to head over here to the Gotham City radio tower. This is one of the ones we haven't unlocked yet. So I'm going to go ahead and head over here and see if I can get 3 guys with it.
We're in trouble.
And easy enough.
Where'd this guy come from?
The next challenge is to do a dive of 50 meters, but we'll get there before too long.
Then? Let's see what you can do. Oh, right. There are also some things we should discuss, but we can attend to them when you're finished. Assuming you can finish.
Of course, the door's locked, so we'll have to find a alternate point of entry.
Careful now! That's public property you're destroying. Crawling around in vents like a common rat. How expected.
Maybe I can use my batarang to transfer an electrical charge to that fuse box.
I bet steering that thing requires a whole lot of concentration. Oops! Sorry about that!
You know, one thing I do like about Enigma is, aside from Arkham City, his characterization is pretty consistent. You know, in Arkham City, he was acting like Saw, but here in an Arkham Asylum, he's more of just a trickster, and kind of a jerk. But in this one, you can see he's trying to mess with Batman while he's solving these little riddles, so it's fun.
Watching you figure that one out was a real treat. I'll make sure the next one is even more provocative.
This isn't a game, Enigma.
Oh, but it is. And one you're more than welcome to stop playing. Now you need to stop interfering with my work. Tackling these towers is one thing, but my handlers, my data, my network relays, those aren't meant for you, so back off!
And you can also tell he still gets a little bit flustered by Batman interfering in his plans. So at least that stays pretty accurate. Meanwhile, the next Anarky supporter is actually, he's not that close by, come to think of it. He's back on the same side of the city we already started on. So I guess after the first one, he decided to put the next two right next to each other. But this one actually takes us in the opposite direction, so we won't be going over the bridge this time, which is nice. I know the Anarky screen for his little projection is supposed to be here somewhere, but I don't actually know where it is this time.
Gotham is a prison. The police its guardians. To protect and serve, their motto goes. They do.
That exists. It's just something the cops made up to scare us.
Keys, their billy clubs and guns. When they walk down the streets, we avert our eyes. We tremble when they speak. Who are these people, really? What drives them? Is it justice? Honor? No. They want power. and magic.
Anarchy's right, you know. Cops don't care about us. We'd be better off without them. You already knew that, didn't you?
So let's get going. Oops. Well, man, amazing I can do that by accident, but I couldn't do it on purpose even when I tried. So, we have to go to the police station, which you may remember is where we're actually trying to head to for the story. But before I can head there for the story, I have to head by the Batcave to pick up a new toy. Because, of course. The thing we're trying to pick up from the Batcave is supposedly a less lethal or a better way of taking down the cops. One that doesn't involve, you know, Batman's fist leaving permanent marks. But it's kind of strange considering, I don't know why Batman would start going for the less than lethal stuff now, considering how, well, how many people he's probably caused major shock and multiple broken bones in, and, you know, left them out in the cold to fend for themselves. Because, you know, that always goes well.
Master Bruce, I'd recommend against trying to enter the GCPD without your concussion detonator. It's waiting for you here at the Batcave.
He recommends against, but that actually means don't do it at all. So, like I said, our next challenge is to dive 50 meters vertically. And probably the best place to do it is right here behind the police department. And this is the best time to do it because there's no other reason to come here.
Not someone.
And you can see, if you get a if you get a big enough drop, you can actually get a pretty gigantic shockwave going, which is really neat. There's not that often that you run into that many opportunities to get a gigantic shockwave like that, so I really like it.
We got the numbers.
timing for taking everyone out is a bit more tight in this one, but as long as you can keep your combos going, you can still get it done with plenty of time to spare.
Interesting. Even after knowing all you did about the places I targeted, you spared them.
Sorry to disappoint you.
Disappoint me? Not at all. Come on down to the courthouse so we can continue Gotham's trial. I've planted 3 bombs.
So another place to go, and conveniently, I have just unlocked the fast travel point here. Man, isn't that... I didn't actually plan that. That turned out a pretty good coincidence. So you may remember the Solomon Main Courthouse is where one of the first locations we went into in Arkham City. It's where Two-Face was holding Catwoman up for a quote-unquote trial. Looks like it's not the first time this place has been used for a sham trial. If we look on the wall here, there's another Anarky symbol that for some reason is obscured, but if you zoom in on it, you shouldn't have too much trouble with that. We'll take out some thugs back here, one of whom is conveniently a Riddler informant. Well, an Enigma handler? Because I guess Riddler informant isn't quite right, so I guess he'd be the Enigma data handler. That's it. That's right. So, for some reason, I tried doing the takedown on the data handler, and it didn't take. The guy just got back up immediately. I've never seen that happen before. Well, actually, I probably have, but, you know, whatever. Arkham Origins.
Enigma's extortion data. Where is it?
If I tell you, you'll let me go?
Talk.
Okay. They're close by. I'll show you where.
Well, at least he was honest. No promises, and then he crushed his face. That's alright, he doesn't need one. So, the front door doesn't work, but let's go ahead and take the back door in. There's quite a bit of art on this place. I don't know how long this guy's been in here, but it seems like it must have been a while to get all this stuff done. He's got himself quite a collection. The basement where Calendar Man is being kept isn't quite put in yet, but
I'm so glad you came. It's an honor, really. There's so much for us to discuss.
What do you want?
I'd like to propose an alliance. I think the two of us could accomplish great things together.
I don't work with criminals. You need to turn yourself in.
Tell you what. I'll turn myself in as soon as you do the same. But you don't consider yourself a criminal, do you? The suit, the gadgets, the sense of entitlement. You're just another rich kid atoning for his fiscal sins. Such a shame.
Why won't you join us?
maybe because one of you just immediately tried to brain me with a bat, but, you know, whatever. So this is sort of a three-phase fight. Phase 1, take out some guys. Easy enough. And, yeah, not much to say here. Anarky obviously thought we were on a much different page, but now he's coming to the conclusion that we don't really share his revolutionary ideals.
Down with tyranny!
They say you should never meet your hero.
The revolution won't...
It's over.
Not quite.
In Phase 2 of the fight, we've got some more guys to take out, and we've also got some Molotov cocktails to get away from. I don't know... The Molotov cocktails are just really difficult to get away from. Pretty much every time Anarky does one of his little vocal cues, he'll toss one, but I don't know. It's just damn near impossible to get away from the things before they explode and cause damage. So, hope you weren't planning on getting a big combo on this map.
Get it!
And so in the third phase of the fight, Anarky himself comes down with a new weapon that hasn't been shown off yet. He's got a stun stick, which means that you need to hop over him from the back in order to actually attack him. Stun sticks are really annoying, but they're not too bad. They're not as bad as shields in this game, because shields, man, they'll come at you in no time at all. But, yeah, stun sticks are irritating, but they're doable. I've already got a pretty good habit of dodging over anybody coming at me when I need some room anyway. But despite what his health bar maybe leads you to believe, he's down.
You're just a kid.
So? What does it matter? I wanted to make a difference. I thought you'd feel the same.
I do, but not like this. A lot of innocent people almost died tonight because of you.
Innocent? They watched as Gotham went to hell and didn't do a thing!
They're just afraid.
No, they're weak! And so are you.
The police are on their way.
We'll go ahead and grab the next ballistic armor upgrade, and then we're going to listen to this guy for a while.
So bad here? I do. All the time. See, I don't think men like Roman Sionis or Oswald Cobblepot are responsible. They're just a reflection of our apathy, our greed, our fear. We look the other way when things turn sour, bury ourselves in our jobs, consume propaganda masquerading as entertainment. The message is always the same. Don't think, don't question. And what becomes of a society that's given up? It rots. Fills up with liars, cheaters, and thugs. Uptown and downtown. The suit in the penthouse is no better than the guy selling drugs in the corner. They're both doing whatever it takes to get ahead. Never mind the cost. Fidelity. Once upon a time, that's what defined society. People coming together in pursuit of common cause. To care for each other. To protect and provide. We took shelter from the darkness and the things that roamed it. Community meant progress. But now, it's all backwards. We worship at the altar of competition. We build fortresses around ourselves. We fight, we betray. We have become the things we feared. You keep cleaning up after everyone, Batman, and no one's going to learn to take care of themselves. The ones that don't hate you, they'll start to rely on you. Depend on you. And if something happens to you, if you get old or bored or die, then what? Or do you not consider the world that revolves around you? You're a hypocrite, running around dispensing justice, telling people what they can and can't do. You're ensuring Gotham's freedom, provided it conforms to your twisted view. Whatever pleases the bad. That it? You're not a hero. You're a despot. You don't enforce justice. You suppress it. There's a way to make this work. To show you that we share the same goals. Maybe I took things too far with the bombs and the threats. I can learn from that. I mean, you could be a mentor to me. And maybe, well, maybe I can teach you something too. Because I think you're so busy playing hero, you've forgotten what it's like for the rest of us. We're not all as strong as you. We don't have the fancy gadgets, the strength, the skill. But maybe that's the problem. You've gotten so used to the power, you think you're better than everyone. Above reproach. Is that it then? We're not as good as you? You know what? I take it back. I don't want to work with you. You don't have anything to offer. I think I figured it out. You didn't take me down because I broke the law. No, you took me down because you don't want the competition. That's what this is really about, isn't it? Let me ask you something. You ever wonder if you're the reason the city's so messed up? Because I have. A lot of us have. And I'm starting to think we're right.
Well, that was a lot of words. Anarchy's position kind of wildly varies back and forth. It seems like he doesn't really know what he believes. Which, I guess, may be common for a younger guy who wants to see something change, anything change. Anyway, we took him down and we got ourselves, well, an upgrade for a brand new toy that we don't have yet. So why don't we go ahead and head to the Batcave and take care of that.
Welcome home, sir. The concussion detonator is on your workbench. Remember, if you use that instead of your fists, you'll do less lasting damage to those police officers and civil servants.
Noted.
That's actually a load of crap. The concussion detonator is, man, I hate to say this, but it's not very good. It's worthless. So, don't expect to see it get used much, or possibly at all.
Well played, sir. You stopped the electrocutioner with a single strike.
I just used his arrogance to my advantage. A textbook move a child could have avoided.
True, but I doubt the rest of them will go down as easily.
If they do, we'll be eating that Christmas ham sooner than you think.
Oh, you won't believe this.
What's wrong?
The GCPD have actually asked me to stop calling in so often. Apparently, you're taking down criminals faster than they can be processed.
And you wonder why I don't have faith in the cops.
Well, to be fair, sir, you have been on a mission tonight. I assume we won't be unwrapping presents in the morning?
Talking to Alfred is always worthwhile. But over here on the bench, we find a brand new toy. Unfortunately, I say toy, but it's more like getting clothes at Christmas when you're a kid. Except that you really don't appreciate it more when you're an adult. Anyway, by picking up the concussion detonator, we do unlock a new training map, which will get you used to armored guys, and will get you used to beatdowns, which, well, I've been doing a lot of them, so I probably don't need it.
Some of the assassins have access to rather interesting technology. When this is over, you might want to consider appropriating it. Let some good come of tonight's events.
But with all that out of the way, next time we'll be heading to the GCPD, so please join me then.